perfect. Hi, sweetheart. This is something I use. You can't get it here. I got it from
Water eliminator, all natural.
Magic Signs. But you have to get it right on.
You can get it online.
No, you can get, yeah, you can get it in, but you have to get it right on where the mess is. Otherwise, the enzymes don't eat the.
Right.
You know, you got to get it. So anything new that might help.
Mm-hmm.
It might, I mean, you know, if you get it somewhere, it might take up the odor that's there.
Mm-hmm.
But this one needs, look at this little spot on your shoulder, honey.
Yeah, she's got little white spots.
Yeah.
And then her paws are different colors too.
Yeah.
That's probably the healer.
Yeah. Starting to see all that. So this is Snuffle Mat.
Okay. Yep.
You know about them?
You told me about it.
Okay,
Yep.
so these are great. You don't have to get a Snuffle Mat in an ugly arrangement like I have here. You can get them in a nice nubby material
Right, something
that matches your decor.
Snuffle mat.
Snuffle Mat. And they're absolutely great. And if you go up on Amazon, there's thousands of them. This is called a Gorilla Root, and if this one takes to the Gorilla Root, that's a good chew toy. And it's a safe chew toy, and it's very long lasting. $30 will get you 2 mediums.
It's a gorilla bone.
Gorilla Root.
Gorilla
It's
root.
the root of a tree. And it doesn't splinter. It's wood, but it doesn't splinter. So that's what, you know, you worry about with sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah. Now, like PetSmart?
No, I get it on Amazon too.
Okay.
So the nice part is with the mediums you get 2.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you curious? Yeah. This is a large.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a pit bull. So that's one of those big mouth dogs.
That's a medium then, okay.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Well, isn't it nice that you came up to say hi? And thank you, huh?
Hi.
So those are heavy, so you gotta watch your
Your feet and stuff.
You can see what she does to my shoes.
Yeah. Well, you gotta keep the shoes.
I keep them in the garage. So she figured out how to open and close the garage door.
Oh, well, you gotta fix that.
I did. It's fixed now. Now it has an electric deadbolt on it. It locks. But she was opening the garage, going out in the garage, and if I had the door closed, she would let herself back into the house and she'd come and drop off one of my shoes to me in pieces, or my sunglasses.
Yeah.
So now she gets everything on top of the counter.
Yeah, you have to keep everything off of the counter right now. Everything off of the counter. Here's one thing that I can't remember if we talked about this or not, but this is an exercise pen, and pardon me, miss. So this goes up like this, and it goes pretty big, and then you can hook it on to a crate, okay?
Okay, yeah.
So the dog can come out and have some space. Then you get a whelping blanket. They're waterproof. Put the whelping blanket down so that if she goes in here, but then she has her kennel here, and she can come out and have some space here. Or if you guys, if she want to watch TV at night or something like that, get yourself a whelping blanket and one of these. And this is, I'll tell you who this is by. This is by, it's upside down. This is by Midwest Homes. Midwest homes. It's upside down, but if you want to take a picture, no worries. So this is not cheaply made, you know? This is pretty sturdy. Now it's not going to stand up to a freestanding unless you teach her to
Stay down.
respect this, you know? You don't knock this over. So when she's not knocking it over, anyhow, this is 36 high, comes 42 high too. So you can get them even higher, but, and there's 8 panels, I can do 24 across, so you have a pretty nice size space. And this is a nice place to leave a dog when you're in the room that isn't, you found it, yeah, what do you think of those, huh? You found it. See, here you just have 2 of the smartest breeds. And,
Do you think I should crate her at night while we sleep?
yes.
Out of the room?
Yeah, either. You know, either. She doesn't mess in her crate, right?
Nope.
Okay.
And she doesn't, you know, we were so accustomed to our other dogs that were older, they slept in the room on their beds.
Yeah.
So we were trying to do that with her, but we obviously can't do it right now. She's too,
Can't do it until
because she
you can
wakes
trust
me up at 3 in the morning, you know, or she'll jump on the bed and torture you.
her. And how old did you say she was?
7 months.
7 months. So she's in adolescence.
Yeah.
Is she spayed?
No.
She's full blown hormones.
Yep.
And so you have a terror on your hands. And they're that way until, I mean, this, you know, this is like, people get dogs like, you either get an easy keeper when you get a dog, or you got a problem that you have to start to work out. Which means that you coming to me, I'm going to teach you about how dogs learn, okay? I'm going to basically teach you applied behavior psychology without boring you too much.
No, I need to learn just as much as her.
Okay, so dogs we'll start with just their intelligence level. We measure intelligence because we can string words together and communicate. Dogs don't communicate verbally, they communicate through their body language. So it's good to understand dog body language. It's really good to understand that. So forward on their arms, stiff, that's, you know, do not approach. Loose, wiggly, tongue out, mouth open, that's a happy dog. Lips pursed. So you have to take everything into effect. Are the ears pinned back? Are the ears natural? Where's the tail? So you can't just take one part of the dog though. You have to kind of
See the whole dog.
well, because the tail might be saying one thing and the ears something else and the mouth something else. So it is, and you know, we get it wrong too, but you just watch her, especially if you have like an X-Pen where you can have her a little bit away and you can kind of watch over there and see how she does. You want to put a couple of things in the X-Pen that are self-soothing for her, and that'll just be her space. And then that can be her space. Once she gets used to it, that can be her space when you're not in the room. The whelping blanket, that just goes in the washing machine.
Okay.
So, you know, that's what they whelp baby puppies on. So that's waterproof.
Now, do you think that her cage and kennel should be in the same room we're in when we're putting her in there, or can it be like in?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So you get, this is very portable, it's heavy, but I mean, you know, you're a big strong guy. You'll get it. So, this is easy to move into your living room. I think they're about $70 now. When I got that one, it was $50, but you know, the price of everything has gone through the roof. So I think they're $70, $75 now for the egg panel for 36 high.
Okay.
42 high is a little bit more. What your little beast of burden here is about is called a licking mat.
Yes, we have one.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, so.
And we put peanut butter on it.
Yeah, there you go.
And she's already kind of eaten corners of it and
Yeah.
punished it.
Well, let me put some more on here. Goodness gracious. Good Lord in heaven.
It's like we never feed her.
I know, it's like you're never fed. It's like you're never fed. Can you lick this? Lick. And not chew.
Yes.
Lick. Lick. Yeah, good. So, dogs. Dogs have 18 muscles in their ears. They can hear sound that is above our range of sound. So they hear things we don't hear. They have eyes that can see infrared, so they can find their prey. They can take an ultraviolet light, which we can't do. They have a reflective lens back there, which pushes. They take in more light. They can push out the light, so they see in dim and like dusk and dawn type of situations. Then you're just busy, aren't you? Then their eyes, they see better than we do. So you're out there and you're like, what is this dog, being about? There's
What are you barking at? What are you doing?
Yeah, what do you do? Well, they see, they hear, and their nose is, incomparable. Well, except for a polar bear who can smell a female and estrus 100 miles away.
Wow.
Now that's a nose.
She knows how to take it off.
Yes, you do. Aren't you a good girl? Aren't you a good girl? Yeah. Do you want this? Oh, look. Get it. Go on, get it. Yeah. So I never take anything away from a dog. There's no point in taking it away because then you create a keep away game. But I distracted her with, good. Yeah. I distracted her with throwing some goodies. And then, I use Happy Howie. Happy Howie are meat rolls. They're a roll about this big. And you cut them, and then you turn the flat sides up. Oh my goodness, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I see you are hyperactive, aren't you? Yeah, you are hyperactive.
Harper.
Oh my goodness. I might have done in my battery. You want to see what this is? That's all German Shepherd. That is a German Shepherd bark. Yeah, that makes a noise, but it delivers the yummiest treats, doesn't it? Oh, it's special. Look at that. It gave you a treat. Yes, it gave you a treat. No, it didn't come from me. Remotes. Chewed a remote yet?
Oh, yes. Yep. And the jumping.
The jumping is, well, anyway, to go back, we'll go to jumping here in a second. to go back, they see better, they hear better, and they smell better. Or smell more than we do.
Right.
So what do we do that's better than them? Talk. That's it. They do communicate, so they communicate in a much more simplified area because dogs don't live in a world of right or wrong. Dogs live in a world of safe or not safe. Dogs are doing dog things, just like tigers are doing tiger things. They don't do anything wrong. If they're doing it, it's a dog thing. So what we as human beings have to do is teach them what we want them to do. If we teach them what we want them to do, then they do more of that because that particular behavior is going to pay. So in the beginning, when we're teaching that behavior, we have pretty much constant reinforcement. As they've learned the behavior, we can start to make it more like a slot machine or ask for more reps of something before we treat. And then finally, you can probably get it just to personal play. So that they learn by what pays them. So when a dog jumps on you, you ignore the jump, you stay connected. The minute the front paws hit the ground, you mark that behavior, and you're going to pick a marker word. I suggest good or yes. You mark that behavior and say yes, and then you get your treat out of your bait bag and you put it down on the floor. When you're discouraging jumping, treat on the floor. Because we're just keeping her on the floor. That's what we're teaching her. You know, four on the floor works, so the treat's on the floor too. So she jumps up, you ignore, and then her paws go down. See, most people go no, or whatever, and that's reinforcement. The definition of reinforcement is whatever is when the behavior is increasing, it's being reinforced. So we know that negative reinforcement that's going on, the no, the pushing away, the off, all of that is reinforcing that behavior because we know because the behavior keeps on happening. Right. And it's growing, and it's growing, and it's growing. So that's not working. So what we're going to do is ignore that behavior, but you have to stay connected. Because the minute those feet hit the ground, you are going to tell the dog, yes, that's the behavior I want. That's it. And that's how dogs learn. That's the whole gag of dog training. It's not the whole gag, but it's the biggest part of dog training.
Reward the behavior you want.
Yes. It used to be, in the 90s, is when positive reinforcement came out. Because they did MRIs on dogs then, and they started to see what part of the brain lit up, and they went, duh.
Okay.
All the neuroscientists went, duh. And before that, in the 90s, people didn't even think animals had feelings. Oh, they don't feel pain. Oh, they don't feel, what are you?
It's a living, breathing animal, yes.
It's an animal. So, what's reinforced grows. The way you take a behavior to extinction is you ignore it and you don't reinforce it. So that's how you, good. So you tell me what your word's going to be.
I shouldn't use down.
No, because down means something totally different.
Okay. So
And if you want a dog, off is, but we're not, since that's the last thing that she's ever going to learn as a verbal cue, we're not going to start with a verbal cue.
I'll use yes.
Yes, okay. Yes! You're just so busy. She's so busy.
She is.
Doesn't even know when the trees. And you're underfoot. Get the soup.
You can see how my arms are from her. The biting. Like
Yeah.
she'll go into these. So if I sit on the couch, she'll jump on the couch. And it's almost like she's trying to dominate me. So she'll come up and just put her front paws right on me. She'll put it on my chest or she'll put it on my leg and just stand there and I'll scratch her belly. My fault. I gotta stop doing that. I'm reinforcing
yeah.
that. But she'll do that. Like she'll just come up and put her paw on me. Or if she's laying down next to me, she's gotta have her foot on me.
Not my first German Shepherd, but my first working class German Shepherd, which is very different than a pet. I had the local trainer to my ranch, and she goes, well, what a nice looking dog. What do you want to do with it? And I said, I want to pet it. It was 8 weeks old. It kept going for my jugular. Well, it had been bred from Schützen stock, which is a bite sport. So she ended up being a phenomenal search and rescue dog. She did wilderness and human remains detection, and she was out of this. I mean, it would bring tears to your eyes to watch her work a pattern, you know. But yeah, so we don't want to allow the dog to rehearse the behaviors that we know they do that we don't want. So if you have your setup near the couch, and you put her in there, and then you go sit down on the couch and relax. You don't let her, you keep everything off of the counter. You're just going to have to find another landing zone, because every time she wins at that game, it sets you back 10 paces.
Right.
So every time so everything's got to go up. Everything's got to be baby proof. Everything's got to be dog proof now, until we have taught her some behaviors, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what we want to do. We want to teach her, this is the behavior I want.
Right.
Yeah. So possibly she'll, does she take I had a German Shepherd in here a couple months ago. Just saw the mop, took it off the wall, was running around, picked up that water bowl.
That's what she does with her water bowl. I'll fill it with water, she'll take a couple drinks and then take the water bowl with her.
Yeah, this is a spill-proof one. It's I've only had one dog. I see a lot of dogs. I've only had one dog pick that up, and that dog had a screw loose. I'm sure.
But normally in the house we have it's like a fountain,
Okay.
and she drinks from that, but she doesn't touch it.
She doesn't touch
It's when we're like in the garage and she's with me in the garage. I'll put the water down for her. She'll drink it, and then she's like, "It's a game."
Yeah, yes,
Water
and-
everywhere. Got to put her feet in
It's
it.
game. And everything is a game to this dog right now, you know. And if it somehow engages you in any sort of attention,
It's going to continue being a game.
it is more of a game. Yes. Oh well, I got him. So do you?
She knows.
Yes. So the one thing that you want to do is you want to keep your treats separate. You want you want it to be close at hand, but yes. And sometimes you just want to capture the behavior that you want. So when they're doing nothing, all fours on the floor, it doesn't hurt to capture this behavior. The dog's going to pick up on what's paying. It might take the dog a little bit of time, but it's not going to take this dog a whole lot of time.
What I've found with her, maybe it's me, but she picks up very quickly.
She picks up quickly.
I mean, even with feeding times, we've got her to the point where I put her bowl down and she sits and I do this, and she won't eat until I tell her to. And I mean, she picked it up like in a day.
Yeah,
She'll just stare at me and I go, "Go ahead," and then she eats.
impulse control.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. And you need that.
Well, because she was going nuts.
Yeah, well, you need that everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, yes, absolutely. So it's the same as if you had a 2-year-old and you gave them some crayons and a coloring book and they went to the wall and started doing this, you wouldn't let them do it.
Right.
Well, this dog isn't even 2 yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, even
Right.
at the level of 2-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a different, you know, it's a different dog. So how is her recall?
Depends what she's focused on.
Okay, all right.
That's what she's focused on.
So we want to, that's the most important thing that you can have on a dog.
Even if I have her in the yard and she's just walking in the backyard with me and she starts to go over there, away,
Good.
I'll give her a little whistle and I'll say, come, and she comes.
Oh, good. All right.
I tell her here. And come, and when she comes here, I go here, and she sits.
Oh, here is her sit command?
Mm-hmm. Well, when we're out walking.
When you're out walking.
When we're out walking.
So on your right side?
Either side. I'll do it either side.
Either side. And how do you is her head facing you when you do here?
She'll be coming towards me.
Okay.
She'll just sit.
All right. So one thing that you should know about dogs, they are about the only mammal that follows our gaze or our point.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just keeping this.
Yeah.
Yay! That was such a good baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That was
ignoring.
so good.
The ignoring is what I just don't. Yeah. We both get frustrated. You know what I mean? Like we'll talk.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, we gotta
it's
stop.
not effective though.
Yeah. No.
If it was effective, I would not have a job.
Right. It obviously doesn't work because she continues to do it.
But here's the thing, this isn't going to take that long.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to stay connected. You just have to pay enough attention to this dog to, reinforce the behavior you want, even when you haven't asked for it. Well, good, yeah. You see good and yes become interchangeable
I know.
with me.
I get it.
It's good if you can be consistent, but she's going to get it anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I walk my boxer off leash. Never thought I'd be a boxer person. Oh my God.
They're a lot of energy too.
Great
right?
dogs.
I heard they're very loving.
Oh my God, they are great dogs. They are goofy.
How old?
He's going to be 8 now.
Oh, okay.
I've only had him, it'll be 2 years in June.
Oh, okay.
But a neighbor of mine died and bequeathed him to me. We had talked about it beforehand. Well, I was a German Shepherd girl.
Were you?
Yeah. Hey, big, oh, what a nice sit. What a good. So when the dog sits, I do delivery. Hand him out. Down, the treat goes between the paws. Okay?
Is your idea of down like laying down?
Yeah,
Okay,
laying down,
okay.
yeah. And it is off the bed, off the couch, off of me. And we can teach that, but there's no point in teaching a verbal command until the dog understands the behavior. Once they understand the behavior, then you introduce the verbal first, then the hand gesture, then if none of those work, the lure, and you'll pay in the position you want, and then you'll go back to not having a voice command cue until the dog understands the behavior. If the dog makes 2 mistakes in a row, you definitely have to go back. Everything has to be done in baby steps. I mean increments. We think, oh, and if I give you a behavior for this dog, which I'm going to do, you don't think she needs recall?
I think she does and she doesn't. It just depends on what she's doing.
So we can spend some time on teaching the dog targeting, which will help. So a chin rest, a hand target, a nose bop, and then that helps you maneuver the dog around. With once you have a hand target, you can bring the dog into heel position with your hand. You can move the dog. Dog's on the bed. You don't want the dog in the bed. Touch. Dog comes off the bed to touch her and gets a reward.
Right.
Okay. So it's going, oh, what a good dog. Oh, you have a hard mouth.
Mm-hmm. She comes at it so rough.
Hard mouths.
Yeah.
Here you go. Find it. There it is. It's in there. It's in there. It's in there. You can find it. Use your nose. There it is. Okay, between the thumb and right there in that crevice. And that's where you feed. That's how you feed. That way you save your
Save your hand.
hands.
See, I always try to come at her with a closed hand, and she sniffs it, then I open it.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? Is that good too? Because I know if you try to hand it to her, I always tell my wife, don't just hand it to her because she's gonna.
Yeah.
I tell her, and she let her sniff it, and then I give her the.
I don't think my hand could take that.
She goes nuts. She's just like she's on doing 120 mile an hour right now. You know what I mean?
I know. She's got a lot of energy.
She does.
Good girl. Teach her into a down. When you're first teaching a behavior, treat in or reinforce in increments of the end behavior you want, because she doesn't know what we want.
She doesn't know. Well,
So I got her into a crouch. I'm going to treat that, and then the next time it'll get better, and I can start to raise my criteria after that. You have to put your criteria down at 0 right now. You can't expect anything.
Right.
This dog is, if you ignore this dog, she's just going to go look for something that's going to have you pay attention to her.
Right.
So, something you don't want her to do.
Right.
So she's a smart girl. All right, so let's see how this goes. Good. I'm going to try to get yes here. Yes. So you say the yes. You say the marker word, and then your hands move. Your hands do not move while you're saying yes, because that overshadows everything. And the dog isn't listening. And then you have a dog that doesn't listen, and then you'll be here in a year going, this dog doesn't listen, and when it comes when I have a treat. All right. So touch, yeah. Yes. Look at you. So you're going to do this 1 to 3 inches from her nose. Just good. Yes. Oh my God, you're smart. All week long. It's just going to be a behavior of 10 treats, 30 seconds, boom.
That's it.
That's it. 30-second training periods.
A day.
Well, you're going to have more than one behavior.
Right.
So, yeah, but if you do it twice a day, if you find, you got time while you're making your coffee, do you work from home?
No.
No.
I used to, not anymore.
Yeah. What do you do?
So retail tool sales. I drive around in a big box truck.
Okay. All right. Yes. All right. I'm gonna turn it over to you, and what I would do if I were you is I would. Do you have treats or do you need treats?
I put them in this bag.
Okay. So and you're not gonna go towards that bag until after you've marked the behavior.
Okay.
With yes. And then you can open it up. And I would throw what I call a get it cookie. Get it.
Should I have them in my pocket?
It doesn't, I keep them in my pocket. I'm a big pocket person. I do pockets.
Right.
I don't do purses. I haven't carried a purse in 30 years, so.
Yes.
See, now, you were reaching into the
As
bait.
I said it.
As you said it. You had started before you said it.
Okay.
So put your hand out and say yes. And And you can feed underhanded this way. You just have it right there that she's not going to take off figure. That is, yes.
Yes.
There you go. That's that beat that you want in there.
Girl.
Stick your hand out again. Whoop. Wait a second. Let's wait. Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good girl.
There you go. Wait till she gets down. Good.
Good girl.
Yeah. Couldn't get there fast enough, could you? So, stick your hand out.
Yes.
All right.
Good girl. Good girl. Yes.
Nice and calm. You're nice and calm. That's
Good girl.
that's nice
Good girl.
because you have a hyperactive child.
I'm usually pretty good. The only time, and I admit I get a little excited, is when she starts her nipping.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I'm not paying attention to her.
That
Or
could
I'm not
be.
doing what she wants.
You're not doing what she wants.
You know,
Yeah.
so like for instance, I'll be in my garage and I'll be inventorying product and I'm sitting on my roll around, and as I'm putting the stickers on it, she's biting my elbows and my arms and doing her thing.
So that's when the exercise pen comes
Yeah.
in.
So
We teach her behavior we want.
yeah. So I've started when she starts doing that. I just get up and we walk in the house and she gets in her kennel, and then I go back outside.
And you go back out. So the other thing you
Because I
can
have
do,
to. I can't get anything
Yeah,
done.
the other
I'll
thing
have
you
blood
do-
dripping.
put an exercise pen out there
Yeah.
so she can still be with you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not so much like a punishment,
Okay.
you know? And that's kind of a nice thing. But you can't let them rehearse behaviors you don't want. Yes. If you let them rehearse behaviors you don't want, they get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're not going to, yes. See how that floor,
You placed it on the floor.
I put it on the floor, yeah. Because and this jumping is not going to go away overnight, but it's going to diminish.
Mm-hmm.
This dog has a habit. It's developed a habit of jumping over 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's 7 years, you know.
Right.
Count your blessings.
So if we just continue and stick to a plan.
If you your dog is as consistent as you are. Yes. This dog's smart. Yes. So this is going to go this week 1 to 3 inches. Next week it's going to go 3 to 6. Then after that it's going to be 3 to 6, and then when they start to get towards, you're going to start to move your hand back. Not too far, just enough that, yes. So, and I would keep some treats in my pocket, even Cheerios. You know, something, I like Happy Howies because good, yeah, very good.
So that's a refrigerated thing, right? Is that what that was?
Yeah, it's not it's refrigerated after you cut it.
Okay.
And you get like 5 of these little rolls for $25 on Amazon. And it doesn't crumble in your pocket,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean means a lot to me. Yes. So here's the thing. She started to make a cycle of jumping on you, and then I say yes, and then she's expecting the treat. So now we give her personal play. Once in a while we'll sneak a treat in there. We're still going to positively reinforce, but now it's going to be personal play.
Mm-hmm.
Does she allow you with personal play? Do you play rough with her?
No.
Good.
I mean, I, yes and no. Like
Yeah.
every now and then she'll go and I'll give her the old head. You know, I don't smack her. I just go.
No, I didn't mean smack. No,
Oh.
I meant just roughhouse.
Yeah, I roughhouse just a little bit. And then she gets excited, and the mouth starts going.
And then what you've done is you've cranked a dog up to a degree that you don't want that anymore.
Yes.
My boxer will play the fool in a hot second. My nephew comes in, he's 56. He knows better. He's had dogs all of his life.
Good.
And he comes in and he cranks that dog up, and so the dog is jumping over couches in the house and stuff. I mean, it's, you know, because he will play the fool.
Right.
And I'm like, they started coming over. I started putting Heyman on a leash. And then Linda's like, his wife is like, I don't understand why we can't, you know.
Look at what you're doing.
I said, I'm so glad you
Yes.
asked that question. Let me tell you why you can't do that. Because the dog is standing on you. Yeah. So also, if you don't look at the dog, they're less likely. So even if you blocked her vision, they're less likely to. You're a good
I
girl.
always
Linda.
feel that every time she's looking at you, she's looking into your eyes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like she's reading you to see what you're
She-
gonna do.
That's all she's got to do, is to read your body language. She knows more about you
Yeah.
than your wife does.
I'm sure she does already.
She knows everything about you. And she's, and you know, it's like cut. It's like the psychic or something. They've read your body. That's all they got to do is body language, and that's how they exist out in the world. Just like we're vocal, theirs is about body language. So they'll be telling another dog, you know, whether it's cool to come over, or you'll watch for this move with the dog. When they look away, that means too much pressure. Slow your roll.
You mean if she's like just standing there looking at you?
Yeah, or at another dog,
Mm-hmm.
and she does this.
There's too much going on.
Too much going on. Let's calm
You
it
get her.
down.
You get her out of the situation. Is that what you do? Or?
Well, it depends on if you've got a loose pit bull that eats small German
Yeah.
shepherds, or you know, or what you have. She doesn't mess with that bull.
She did not.
This, I have only had one dog mess with this bull. This is, it's called a lumo leaf. Hey, child. Thank you. Good. Get it. Floating disc. If you want a picture
Oh
of it.
yes.
Hey, get it. Good. So, I got that probably on Amazon too. I either get things on Amazon or Chewy.
Mm-hmm.
So do you play tug with this dog?
Yes,
And she likes tug.
she does like tug.
Are you a tugger? Are you a tugger? So I'm just going to play with her a little bit here because when you're teaching a dog, you don't teach, you know, it's like we keep kids in school way too long. You don't want her taking your hand, don't use the handle. Is this too big for you? Is that too big for your little mouth? Huh? Is that too much? Too much for you? Huh? Is it too much for you? Is it too much for you? You gotta have common center. Oh my. Are you a good girl? Yeah, go on. Wow, she wasn't expecting that. Did you see her? What?
She goes, "You're not pulling it anymore." But she will destroy
Yeah.
a toy.
Yeah.
The foam comes out. The squeakers come out.
Yeah. So she gets things like, this is called a Quizzle.
Mm-hmm.
It's made by Westpaw. Westpaw is, really, it's the freezer. I don't have a frozen mozzarella stick. Westpaw is a really good American company. You're jumping. Get it. Feel it.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. So
she can still bite it to pieces.
she could, but she'd have to really work at it. Stick a frozen mozzarella stick in here. give that to the dog and you have 2 hours until that mozzarella stick unfreezes and that dog can get it all out of that little space. It's wonderful. So you want, and you know, it's frozen in case she has any sore gums or anything, you know. She likes it, and it's not necessarily something she can destroy. That's a Quizzle. This is another one. This is a Jughead. So when you're looking for stuff, look for, can Daddy see it first?
Can I see it? This is called a what again?
Jughead.
This is a Jughead.
Yeah, just look for things well made. And a snuffle mat or two. And do you have anything like this in your house? The Wooba?
Mm-mm.
Okay. The Wooba is 2 balls. So if the dog would tear this off, then you have a ball that's too small for that dog.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a choke hazard. All right, I'm coming. I know, we're partying. Oh, this is a small,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so, hey, we're partying, yeah. You don't like this one? Oh, yeah, you can get your teeth around that, huh? Yeah, what lovely teeth you have. 42 pearly whites, huh? What a good girl.
Sharp ones too.
Yeah. You are such a good girl.
Is that like one of those fire retardant blanket things?
No, this is just suede.
Oh, okay.
It's just this is something you'd see on the Leesburg. So, you know, this is something for dogs with high drive. Well, you have a dog with high drive, by the way. Not that you wanted one.
Right.
But you didn't get a bulldog.
No, we did not.
This is not her favorite, I'll tell you that.
See, now she's playing in it. She thinks it's a game.
Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, you got a bulldog.
Yes, she does like me to throw the ball.
Yeah. Bulldog. Yeah, you don't want her making too many hard pivots right now because her growth plates are. Are you going to be the second dog? Hey, are you going to be the second dog to do that? Do I have to put that up? Yes. What a good girl. Come here. Come here, let me pet you. Come here. Let me pet. Come on. Let me pet. You're just too excited. You're just all kinds of excited. I know. Who gave you coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Who gave you espresso? All right, we're going to do another behavior because this one needs another behavior. Yeah, I know. I'm just ignoring that. I'm just, play the fool. Whoa, that's a good dog. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. So now we're going to do a chin rest. So we'll put the treat up and then we'll take it down. And when it hits, their chin hits this, we can mark that, move our hand away and treat. She's a little over the top right now.
Yes.
This is a used to bring the dog down a bit. Up, down, yes. And then we can get in good.
Oh, so you're bringing the treat down here.
Yeah, up, down, and bringing it right here where my hand is.
Okay.
I just want, I don't expect a long, but what's gonna happen, and I will send you a video of Haven, and I have, this is open bar, this is closed bar, okay? So he has to do a chin rest, and these are right here, right beside him, and as long as his chin stays there, this stays open until I mark it and then give him the treat. If he moves his chin, where'd you go?
It's just behind the cooler.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Did you get lost? Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this so Daddy can see. Yeah. So I'm going up here because I want the dog looking up and then just dropping their head into my hand.
Okay.
Okay? So let's go over here. Come on. Yeah. So I'm going to take that little bit of annex, but I'm going to raise my criteria as time goes by. She's just learning this
Right.
trick. So, you know, this should slow her down a little bit. So I'm going to give you a few treats. So this is called a chin rest. And it's used a lot for grooming and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's used for cooperative care a lot. So it is, the dog keeps its chin down to let you know it's okay. Yeah, good. There you go. So
Good girl.
put your hand out before,
Have this hand out. Before.
have the hand out before you go. Oh no, never mind, you're going to get your treat. You're gonna do the up down, I got you. I was hoping for it. Yes. Good girl. Yes. So, to teach down, they're in a sit, you can start to put the treat back here by their front elbow. Often they'll slide down, or you can lure them with an L shape. They have to be in the sit first. There you go, right between their paws, and then just slowly bring it out until, good. They come down there, Well, so we've done chin rest, and we've done hand carpet. What else are we gonna do today? And you've played, huh? You've played. Do you walk her?
I do.
Okay.
We started to after our conversation.
How is she?
She does okay. She pulls a little bit, and then sometimes she just walks right next to me.
Okay. So, one thing I like is, I like a 10-foot lead. It just allows the dog to get out there and sniff, and and I like biothane
So this
because
is a
it's
10-foot lead.
just light as can be. And oh, what a good girl. Oh, what a good girl. Are you gonna let me do this? Huh? You gonna let me do this? No? Okay. All right, here's what we're gonna do about that. I'm not going for a struggle. No, I'm not. I'm not going for a struggle. No. So, if a behavior is bad, letting it get worse and worse is what it'll do. So, drop that, so that, and then hook the dog up.
We're gonna go through a lot of treats.
Just Cheerios. She works for Cheerios.
She does. She'll work for you.
Okay, so with this, you're gonna walk her. Let's go. And when she lunges, you're gonna walk in a great big circle with her on the outside, and she's gonna try to go behind you. I'm gonna walk in a big circle until she stops pulling, and then we'll walk straight again. It's called the circle method. I'd like you to practice it 15 minutes a day for 4 days. You will have a dog that loose leash walks.
So when she starts to pull, do the circle.
Do the circle, and you, not the pivot. You're gonna walk.
I'm gonna walk in a circle.
Walk a circle with her on the outside. You're gonna have to watch because she's gonna wanna go behind you. She's just that kind of girl. You're not gonna do that. She doesn't get to go behind you. You have to set your boundaries.
Yes.
Because if you let her go behind you,
She'll wrap
she's
you up
gonna
all
go
the time.
behind you.
Oh yes.
So the circle is, a circle is whatever direction your feet are. So it could be an oblong, it could be a horseshoe. All you're doing is you're not letting the you're not letting the forward motion go away. They want to stay in forward motion. You're just changing it to a circle. Do you want to go out and do a little bit on the pavement? Let's go with this. Oh my. What a good house. You gotta make your life.
Yes, me too.
Good girl.
Do you have a quiet place to walk?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, the whole, so our neighborhood only has 19 homes in it.
Oh no.
So it's one road in, one road out, and we'll walk all the way up the hill, down the hill, cul-de-sac,
Okay.
and then we'll walk back to the house.
So, okay. Yeah, good. So, don't go for a struggle. Cheerios. And plain Cheerios, not honey nut.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no.
Plain
So-
Cheerios.
So we need to get some Cheerios.
Get some Cheerios because she'll work for them.
Yes.
She will, she's ravenous, you know. She will not work for them all the time. You have to have higher value treats too. Definitely try to get a little bit more. When she's tired, just petting. Back of your hand. Slowly down her body. If she rolls over and gives you her inner thigh, that's a very trusting move on a dog. You can slowly rub her inner thighs. But just down her back, slow, with the back of your hand.
Don't use your open palm.
Yeah, because she's too wound up.
Yeah.
So we want to step back a little bit. So much of your life with this dog is going to be about management until it's about 4. And then you have a perfect dog. But you know, it doesn't stay, it doesn't stay at this level,
Yeah,
you know.
she will
The
calm
dog,
down as she
the
gets
dog
older.
grows. Yeah. Are you going to have her spayed?
Yes. I didn't know when a good time to do it. The vet or maybe said let her go through a heat first.
Yeah, they like them to go through a heat now.
You know, let the hormones do the body and for growing and
So, you're going to have to get
doggy
pants
dressers.
for, and stuff like that. More things like, more enrichment. Training is training, enrichment, exercise. It's a 3-prong little stool, 3-peg stool.
What'd you find? Treats?
Did you find some stuff I dropped back there? Thank you.
Yeah, she'll help you clean it.
I love that. And how is she around other dogs?
She doesn't phase her one bit.
No.
We take her to Soda City.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see
For
how she is.
socializing, you know.
Yep. Well, this is not you. This is me. Go. Get it.
Come on. Come on. Harper. Harper. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Harper. Yes. Hey.
It's all right. Let her. She's just, Hayden has never met a dog he doesn't like.
Hey.
That fur on the back that goes up, that is not anything that she can control. That happens. This was very exciting. This large boxer walked out with a strange tail and unpricked ears.
You're a good boy.
You are a good boy.
He's probably got so many different dogs that come over here. Yes. Hey, you be nice.
Don't pay her any money. If she needs some correction, Taylor will do it. Okay, buddy, let's go. Yeah, let's go. I know, sweetheart. I see you don't want him to go. I know. There's going to be treats. There's going to be treats. Hayden, yeah. Get it. Okay.
Harper. Harper. Come here.
I'm coming out. All right, you have a lot to do. Your hand targets. So you will get, with hand targets, you'll get all 3 weeks, and it's in one paper. Foundation is the most important part. Do not skip over the foundation to see if she might be able to do 3, you know,
Right.
because that is our failure as human dog trainers. Is we're always looking. We want success. We want, you know, and we want progress, and it's good just to, you know,
Takes time.
takes time. Beginners always want to train at intermediate level. Intermediates want to train at advanced. Advanced trainers train at beginning.
It makes sense because you know better.
You know.
Yeah.
And you know, if you don't have a solid foundation, you must have a big holiday coming up, Dad's Day, huh?
Oh yeah, it is Father's Day coming up.
Yeah. How did they get a hold of you? You work for a company?
I work for myself.
You work for yourself?
I'm independent. It's a franchise. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So how
I'm
do they?
local.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you belong, are you in Chapin?
I cover Newberry down to Columbia.
All right.
Yep. So I visit independent automotive shops, marinas.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yep.
So you're not
marinas.
selling to the guy.
No.
No, you're selling to the business.
I'm selling to the businesses
Nice.
and the people that work there.
Right.
Yep.
Nice.
Dealerships.
Yes, I got you. Well, that's kind of a cool
Yeah,
job.
and I have a route that so I see a certain amount of shops on a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday.
I got you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, soon you'll have a dog you can take with you.
And that's what I want.
Okay.
I really do because she loves going for car rides.
She loves going for car rides.
If I go near that Jeep, she knows the Jeep's the ride.
Yeah.
And when she gets in there, she just lays on the seat and puts her head on the center console. I could probably drive down to Florida and see my daughter, and she wouldn't.
And
wouldn't
she's,
stop.
yeah.
She just loves going for a ride.
Get a nubby snuffle mat so she doesn't have something to rip, like the felt, because she's going to go ripping.
Like that?
No,
Oh.
nubby.
A nubby.
You know, like a gray nubby one. I have a gray nubby one in there. I'll show you. I'll show it to you, and I'll get a meat roll so you can see. Let me come here. This is my job.
Hey.
Yeah. So I know, but you know me. I'm the treat lady.
Oh, yeah.
She gives her less stuff. These are Happy Howies.
Oh, okay. You order them on Amazon, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get 5 for $25.
Okay.
People sell 3. They come in turkey, lamb, and beef.
Okay.
So
And you just, once you cut them, you refrigerate them and use those as...
yeah, I cut it here, and
Yeah.
then I put those 2 halves,
Mhm.
and then I will do 3 cuts here. A cut in the center, a cut down there, a cut down there, and then take the 2 and then cut it up to the size I want.
Gotcha.
Isn't this exciting? Your daddy's learning about Happy Howie. They do not get all crumbly in your pocket.
Oh, okay.
And you'll be carrying treats for a while.
Yes.
So, and you can cut them up,
Mhm.
pea size. Dog doesn't need anything
Nothing
bigger
big.
than that. It's not her meal.
She
It's,
doesn't taste it. She
Yeah.
just inhales it.
and you can also work with her. You can pull some of her kibble out,
Mm.
like a quarter of her kibble out, and work with that.
Mhm.
also.
Yeah.
So you don't always have to have treats, you can have her kibble.
She loves ice cubes too.
There you go.
That's why she went to the freezer.
Oh,
Because every time I get water, I put ice in it, and she's there, and I give her an ice cube.
there you go.
I figured it's probably good
And
for cleaning
Shannon's
her
like-
teeth too.
Shannon's like, and I had to get a puddle of water.
She doesn't leave anything
Oh, she
behind.
doesn't
No.
leave it now.
She'll stay right there, and you just hear crunch, 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 and then a couple pieces will fall, and she picks it up.
That's amazing.
And carrots.
Carrots, green beans.
So I'll do carrots. Actually, the vet told me this to try to keep her busy. Is soak carrots in bone broth and freeze it,
Mm-hmm.
and then give that to her to kind of work. And she does. She loves it.
I think the quizzle with the mozzarella stick will give you
I
2 hours.
I need something with more time.
Yeah, more time.
Yeah. So the quizzle with frozen mozzarella.
Q-U-I-Z-L.
Yep.
Quizzle. And it's Westpaw. So you'll see Westpaw stuff. And you can probably get that on Amazon if you're going to get.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go home and do some shopping and
Yeah.
because I need that for her to stay busy.
You,
And the snuffle mat.
Yeah, and you need to watch your mental health because this kind of energy.
Oh,
I mean,
it
because
sucks.
it doesn't go away.
It was fine 20 years ago. I had better patience.
Yeah. Walking this dog only makes a fitter dog.
Yeah.
She needs exercise. So, you know, a 20-minute walk, 30-minute walk, that's fine for. You don't need to. I used to take my.
It doesn't matter if she's panting.
Yeah.
Walk.
Yeah. Well, if she's panting and the tongue is thick,
Yeah.
really thick, then it's time to head back.
Okay.
But I would throw the ball. I would walk the dog, and the dog still would be hyperactive up the wall. And I got into search and rescue for 10 years.
Wow. That's a lot, huh?
10 years. I worked all up and down the state of California as a volunteer with every sheriff's department. And I had a historical human remains German Shepherd who was a much cooler dog, much more mellow. He could rise to the occasion, but he wasn't like this. Teal was like this, isn't like. You gotta watch your mental health because.
I just keep we keep telling ourselves when she gets a little older, and if we do it right now, she's gonna be a great dog.
Yes, and do it now. It would have been good if you had started her at 10 weeks, because then you learn all this stuff and you can work it through the beginning of adolescence and the middle. But we start when we start, and we're going from there. And the hand target should help. The hand target should help with the biting, hopefully.
So when she starts doing her biting thing
Put your hands in your armpits.
and get up
Just put your hands in your armpits.
and get up and walk away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave her in the room.
Yeah, she'll follow. She follows.
Yeah, she'll follow you. And she likes the gorilla root. That is a great chew toy because it's safe. You can put that in her kennel. That is a safe. There aren't very many safe toys. The Quizzle seems like it's pretty safe. It depends on. I mean, I've had pit bulls and Quizzles, so you know they can really do some damage.
Yeah. That's gonna make a lot of noise on our floors, isn't it, kid?
You're gonna want, but she needs to learn to entertain herself. That you're not her entertainment. So she needs to learn that lesson.
What
And
about,
the way to do that is to give her self-soothing things to play in her playpen by
Right.
herself.
right?
You know, it's just like kids. It's like having kids. It's an odd species.
Yes.
She's pretty good with that felt thing, but it seems to me that she's gonna look at her and look for that. And
she'll start pulling at that
Yeah.
and throwing it.
Next week we'll do some box games. You wonder why I have these boxes over here. They're dog toys.
Okay.
They're for dogs. If the dog tears up a box, nobody cares.
She tears up some boxes.
She'll tear up
I go
some.
through some boxes.
Yeah. But I take boxes and I have her watch, put a couple of her toys in, throw some treats in, then crinkle some paper on top, and I set it down. And I am not helping her anymore. She has to figure out how to get that stuff put in there, because if you try to help at this point, you create a needy dog. You don't create an independent, confident dog that people want to, constantly. No, let them figure it out. Let them figure it out. Because that way you have a confident dog and you have some independence. The dog, you let the dog have some agency. Figure this out.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not figuring it out for you.
Oh, next weekend we're going to Myrtle Beach.
Oh, nice.
So I totally forgot to tell
What
you.
are you doing with her?
We're taking her with us.
All right.
We have a camper.
You know where, the beach that she can go to? There's a beach in North Myrtle Beach, I think.
Is there Dog Beach?
Yeah. I don't know if it's just a dog beach, but they just don't let them on any beach.
No, I know.
So, well, that'll be fun. We'll just not do next Sunday, and we'll just tack it on the back
Okay,
end of
all
this.
right. I wanted to double. I should have told you.
That's
earlier in the
perfectly
week.
fine.
Sorry.
I got a week's notice, that's fine. I'm not worried at all. I don't mind having my Sundays off.
Yes, you deserve it, right?
Well, I go for, okay, I see, you're ready to go.
You ready to go? We'll see Mom. So we're still feeding her 3 times a day too.
Yeah,
Is that normal?
yeah, that's, as long as she's growing, as long as this waistline stays, that's what you want the waistline. I really want you to see if you can get her to take some calming pets. Don't expect too much at first, because she isn't really a lovey-dovey dog,
She has her moments.
She has
She's
her
tired.
Yeah,
Like if she's laying next to me, and she's tired, I just go right down her chest.
yeah,
Now I'll do this.
yes,
And
right.
then she'll usually roll over and I'll do her belly. And
Good.
No, so she does have her moments only when she's tired though.
Good.
But if she's wound up, if I'm trying to pet her, she's trying to bite my hand. I'm like, why is it with you with gnawing on my fingers?
Get it, cookie scatter. That's just kibble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cheerios will save you a ton of money. Hey, Souk. And Happy Howie. Happy Howie lasts 2 weeks in the refrigerator. And
If it's lasted 2 weeks, you're not using enough of it right now.
I know, I go through a lot of Happy Howie. But it's a great, Haven likes the liver. The liver gets all crumbly in my pockets, the dehydrated liver. But boy, he loves that. And yes, what a good baby. Yeah, what a good baby. So now, get yourself a cookie jar and start, hey, go get it. And start delaying the reinforcement a bit, especially with the jumping. Because they'll make
They'll make a routine.
they'll make a routine out of it.
Now,
Oh, I jump and then I get down and then I get a treat.
Should I keep the cookie jar out of the kitchen?
What do you mean out of the kitchen?
Like nothing on the counter.
Oh yeah, nothing on the counter.
So keep any type of cookie jars off the counter.
Yeah, you want something that, I get these at the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
These are,
Yeah, it's just.
you want something where if she knocks it on the ground, it's not going to. And I like to give a cookie. Ow! Really? And I just set this down, and then we'll work a little bit on, nothing's happening here. We'll work a little bit on impulse control
Yeah.
with truth. So I don't care.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
plastic.
because she's not going to get reinforced, except for the reinforcement she gets from.
Playing.
So I take Zell,
Okay.
and you don't have to do it now. You can do it. My telephone number is. She got me good.
Did she get you?
Yeah, that's all right. I bleed easily. Okay, here we go. You hit too hard. Yeah, you got to remember with her.
Yes.
You got to remember. So it's my telephone number,
Mm-hmm.
which is 408-201-2392. Okay. All right.